Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about Munchausen syndrome and Munchausen syndrome by proxy. From a disability rights standpoint, I think Munchausen syndrome and Munchausen syndrome by proxy is how some people see our community. We, in the disability community, know that being pitied by the general public will never guarantee our freedom to live in the community with equal rights and equal opportunity. That's why we in the disability community say, "Pat my head and I'll bite your leg." The fact that people could make their child sick or disabled just so they can get pity and money is wrong and sickening. It takes away from the struggles of people with real disabilities. As you will see, it could also lead to very serious consequences such as murder or having a child predator escape justice. ADAPT and other disability rights organizations both here in the United States and around the world have been fighting for our basic human rights for years, and some in the non-disabled community still refuse to see us as equal. You know how I feel about the Muscular Dystrophy Association and the entire Jerry Lewis telethon, which I won't get into. We do not need somebody to fake or to make their child a victim by faking illness and or disabilities. I tried to watch the act on Hulu, and I got through 3.5 episodes out of 8 because I got so angry. That sickening sweet southern accent of DDS made me want to kill her too, especially knowing what went on inside that house, so yay, I feel for Gypsy, who just wanted to just live a normal life. It made me angry how Dee Dee treated her daughter, making her believe she was allergic to sugar and all kinds of this medical crap. But what the worst part was feeding her through an G-tube. But we can blame the system too for not intervening until it was too late. If the social worker did their job and actually investigated Gypsy's case properly, perhaps the bigger tragedy of murder could have been avoided. Maybe Dee Dee could have gotten professional help for her illness instead of ending up dead at the hands of her daughter and her boyfriend. As you know, on this channel I preach the acceptance of all, regardless of disability, sexuality, or gender identity. However, what I do not like is when people are faking an illness or a disability. Yes, I know about hidden disabilities which are fine. However, people who have Munchausen syndrome or Munchausen syndrome by proxy need to seek professional help before serious damage happens. I do not take this topic lightly. Dramas such as Law and Order, Special Victims Unit tackled this issue with its Season 5 Episode 19, entitled Sick. In this episode, the boy, who defiled his little sister as dolls, claimed he was molested by a billionaire while spending the night at his mansion, sort of a Michael Jackson parody. The boy was about 15, while the man was in his mid to late 30s. He was sent to Bellevue, a psychiatric hospital, where he admitted to sexual abuse by this billionaire, but his parents signed a non-disclosure agreement. After he was released from Bellevue, the parents sent him out of the court *S jurisdiction, so he couldn't testify, which the judge put in order to produce the boy. Another girl's grandmother stated that her granddaughter, who stayed at the billionaire's house, was abused as well. The grandmother told the doctors she had cancer, but upon a physical examination, which included a pelvic x-ray which would have showed a biopsy bone marrow, it was determined that the grandma was lying about her granddaughter's illness. The forensic psychologist, after examining the case, concluded the grandmother suffered from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. These lies, combined with the other boy's disappearance, could have hurt the district attorney*S case, and could have had serious repercussions, including letting a child molester walk free. Lying hurts everyone. It could lead to somebody to being abused, whether it is by a family member, a friend, or even a celebrity. It could also lead to murder by the victim or a predator, which they could walk free. If you suspect somebody having Munchausen syndrome or Munchausen syndrome by proxy, encourage them to seek professional help. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button.